Hello everyone, this is me changing the brake shoes on my McGrath trailer with spider hubs. I am definitely not an expert, this is only my fourth set of shoes to be done, but I couldn't find anything specific to spiders in my own research. A couple little differences, but everything else seems pretty well the same. First thing you do is back off your slack adjuster, jack your axle up, and then loosen your wheel nuts, but don't quite take them off, because if you do, when you hit the tyre, your chocks to hold the tyre on will go flying off in the paddock. So once you get your wheels off, you take the cap off the middle as well, and that exposes the wheel bearings. They're just two tapered bearings with two lock nuts. Pretty well the same as you'd expect on anything else for wheel bearings, just bigger because it's a truck. So once you get the outer wheel bearing off, then you can take the hub and drum off together. So this is the stub axle and the old shoes. I'm going to take this spring out first, and then I can slide it over, take the circlips off, there's one on either side, drive that pin out, and then I can take the old shoes off completely. So this is what you get in the box: two shoes, a bag of parts. This setup goes in the end here, with that down there, so that knurl part sits in there, and then these pins go in there. You can see the setup over this side. I haven't done these up. I like to go one from either side, so the nuts on the outside, and I'll do them up when I have them back in the back over the stub axle. These ones, you sit it in the hole and it lines up with one down the bottom, and you may be able to see it starts to cut its way in when you hit it with a hammer. So when it jumps, just put it back in that slot and it'll lock in, and then you hit it with a hammer. So this is the setup for how I'm putting them on. To borrow a phrase, there's the right way, there's the wrong way, and there's how I do it. So there's copper bushings in here, and I've filled them with anti-seize, and put the bottom shoe on, then put the main spring on to join the shoes, and then I'll lift it up, bring the top shoe out the side, lay it over, and then flip it down, and it'll sit down in here somewhere, and then I'll just lift it up and put the pin through. Okay, so here I've noticed I pick it up and I normally would tap that back until the hole lines up, but it's not quite going back. But I've noticed I've not quite got the S-cam level, so I think if I back the S-cam off that last little bit, that should line up a lot easier. Well, I just backed the S-cam off and it went straight in. Didn't even need to line it up. So this is what it looks like now. These four bolts just need tightening up. That's what I was saying earlier about the nuts on the outside. After that, you slide your hub and drum back on. I am doing wheel bearings at the same time. They haven't arrived yet, so that's your job for another day. This side here, I've got to change the S-cam bushings. I pulled it apart and worked out they were shot. So if you're wondering, there's a circlip on the back there to pull the S-cam out. So I got to pull the other side back apart because I'll do it as axle pair to do them at the same time. Alright, so when you put your wheels back on, it's a good idea to make sure your valve stems are some sort of system. So I've got mine opposite. Some people put them in the same hole. And with your nuts, put your wedges on, your nuts on. I'm going to do up these bottom three loosely and then roll the wheel over, so these ones will just sit a bit better for the rattle gun. Alright, so now I've got a bit of tension on the wheel nuts. You put your hammer down there, and as you spin the wheel, you see it gets closer and it gets further away from the hammer. So when it gets closer, like that wheel nut needs tightening. And you go around and do that a few times until you're happy enough. So once you set it, you go around, just nip up all the nuts again, just make sure they're all tight, and double check the wobble. I'm not thrilled, but this is certainly good enough. You have a good one.